Hey guys, welcome to my new embryology series. Today we are going to discuss about the pharyngeal or brachial arches. Okay. Firstly, we are going to discuss about the development of pharyngeal arch. We know that head region is developed in the region known as stomatium and heart is developed in region called pericardium. In between these two regions there is neck, and in neck region there is a mesodermal thickening. So there is elongation of mesodermal thickening. We called it as future pharynx, and further it developed into pharyngeal arches. So total we have 5 pharyngeal arches, that is first, second, third, fourth and sixth, while fifth pharyngeal arch get degenerated. You can see at the diagram, firstly there is seen stomatium and pericardium, while in second diagram you can see a pharyngeal arches clearly, and in third there is fully developed pharyngeal arches. Now there are a 3 germ layer, that is outer ectoderm, inner endoderm and middle mesoderm, while outer ectodermal germ layer developed into pharyngeal cleft and inner developed into pharyngeal pouch, while the mesodermal germ layer get itself developed into pharyngeal arch. So it is also known as pharyngeal arch is a mesodermal germ layer. Okay. Then we are going to discuss about the content of pharyngeal arch. Pharyngeal arch contains skeletal element known as cartilage, from which there is a development of muscle. Now there is a muscle, so it requires one artery and nerves. So firstly we discuss about the nerve. There are 2 nerves. First is a nerve of arch itself is known as post-traumatic nerve of arch, and second it is a pre-traumatic nerve of arch which run caudally to the border of arch. Now the pharyngeal arch is supplied by 2 nerves, that is known as double innervation, which is only seen in first pharyngeal arch, while other pharyngeal arch does not have this double innervation, but other arches have only post-traumatic nerve supply. So we know that the first pharyngeal arch have double innervation. So which 2 nerves supply? First it is a mandibular nerve, which is a post-traumatic, and second it is a chorda tympani, which is a branch of facial nerve. It is a pre-traumatic, which carry a general sensation, and mandibular nerve carry sensory sensation. Okay. Then we are going to discuss about the arterial supply. It is also a 2. The artery which develop in front of foregut is known as ventral aorta, and which develop behind the foregut known as dorsal aorta, and they together join to form the series of aortic arches. And in the further lectures we are going to discuss about these aortic arches. Okay. This is all about the pharyngeal arch, and in the diagram see the buccopharyngeal membrane which get disappeared on the development of pharyngeal arches. In the diagram it shows the all pharyngeal arches on the left side and pouches and cleft on the right. So we are going to discuss roughly about the pharyngeal arch. Firstly, in the middle of first pharyngeal arch, the 2 lingual swellings are developed. In between these 2 lingual swellings, there is a development of tubercular impair, from which thyroglossus duct arises, and there is a development of thyroid and parathyroid. This topic we are going to discuss in further videos, but Now only remember the two lingual swelling which develop is first pharyngeal arch and tubercular impair in between them. There is a hypobrachial eminence which develop in the middle of second, third and fourth arch, which also contain the two part cranial and caudal. While cranial part only lie in a second and third arch, while caudal part lie in fourth pharyngeal arch. Look at the diagram. The orange color two lingual swellings and in between them the red color tubercular impair, and from the tubercular impair there is a small foramen cecum. Okay, look at the foramen cecum which is shown in blue color. Then hypobrachial eminence is also shown, which is developed in second to fourth arch. Now we are going to discuss the most important topic of pharyngeal arch, which is the skeletal derivatives of pharyngeal arch. Now we know that the first pharyngeal arch, also known as mandibular arch, and second pharyngeal arch known as hyoid arch, while third, fourth and sixth does not have a specific name. Now it is easy to remember the skeletal derivatives because the first pharyngeal arch develop a ear ossicles except steps, that is malleus and incus. A step is developed from second arch. Then another developed is mandible, maxilla, zygomatic, palatine and temporal bone, and also two ligament, that is anterior ligament of malleus and spinomandibular ligament. Then from the second pharyngeal arch it developed a step, styloid process, stylohyoid ligament, that is you can remember as a triple S. Okay. Then another developed is lesser cornua of hyoid and upper half of body of hyoid. The remaining part is greater cornua of hyoid and lower body of hyoid, which is developed from third pharyngeal arch. And from the fourth and sixth pharyngeal arch there is a development of cartilage of larynx, which are thyroid, cricoid, corniculate, cuneiformis and arytenoid, and thyrohyoid ligament and epiglottis from hypobrachial eminence. Okay, please remember all the derivatives of pharyngeal arch. Then another topic is nerves, artery and muscle of pharyngeal arch. That is which nerve, which artery supply the pharyngeal arch and which muscle develop from pharyngeal arch. The first pharyngeal arch, also known as mandibular arch, so the nerve supply is mandibular nerve, which is a branch of trigeminal nerve, and also maxillary, because first arch have double innervation, so it have maxillary and mandibular nerve. And artery of arch is maxillary artery, you can remember it easily. And the muscle of first pharyngeal arch are all the muscle of mastication, that is masseter, temporalis, medial and lateral pterygoid, mylohyoid, anterior belly of digastric, and two muscle of ear, that is tensor tympani and tensor palate. Okay, all the muscle are migratory except tensor tympani. Then we are going to discuss about the second pharyngeal arch. We know that second pharyngeal arch is known as hyoid. So arterial supply are hyoid artery and stapedial artery, while the nerve is facial nerve, which is a seventh cranial nerve, and the muscle arises are stapedial, stylohyoid, while other are the muscle of eye, that is orbicularis oculi and orbicularis oris. Then other muscle of face, that is buccinator, platysma, nasal muscle, and another are levator labia superioris and inferioris, levator anguli oris and auricular muscle. Then we are going to discuss the third pharyngeal arch. which is supplied by 12th cranial nerve, that is glossopharyngeal nerve, and the arterial supply are common carotid and internal carotid artery, and the only one muscle developed from the third pharyngeal arch, which is stylopharyngeus. Then fourth pharyngeal arch is supplied by vagus nerve, superior laryngeal branch of vagus nerve, and artery supplies arch of aorta and subclavian artery, and muscle developed, that is laryngeal muscle, cricothyroid muscle of pharynx, and intrinsic muscle of soft palate except tensor palatii, and the sixth pharyngeal arch is supplied by recurrent laryngeal branch of vagus nerve. It means that fourth and sixth pharyngeal arch is supplied by vagus nerve, and artery supply is ductus arteriosus, and pulmonary artery muscle develop is all intrinsic muscle of larynx except cricothyroid. It is all about nerve, artery and muscle of pharyngeal arches. Here we complete about the pharyngeal arch only. In a further next video, we are going to discuss about the pharyngeal pouches and pharyngeal cleft. So, keep watching my videos and please like, share and subscribe the videos. Thank you.